Welcome to Table Talk at the Mud.
Oh, I can't
Alex.
believe you.
This is I Can't Believe You. Boom! We got my bro, Toast. Toasty
Yep,
Bro.
This is the
Over
Toasty
here.
Bros.
This is the Toasty
We're
Bros.
all drinking Toasty Bros beer today. I got
Rock
the long
Philosopher.
tacky old slacks. They both have Rock Philosopher. Oh
Rock
my gosh.
Philosopher. Oh my goodness.
Y'all both got Rock
The
Philosopher.
undead elixir.
It's good.
It's delicious.
It's good. They're both all great beers. It's awesome having Toast in the house,
Right?
man.
Finally, overdue.
It is overdue.
Yeah, I'm
Been a
sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's good, but Toast is the first guest that we got to have in our new location.
It's true.
We were nomads before.
Yeah, we
man.
were saving the great location for you, obviously.
Mhm.
Yep. I can't wait to be back again already.
Can't
Very
wait till you
upset.
have to eat flaming hot something.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Those were always terrible. So I do want to say, Alex had the worst time with most of those.
I did.
That's what I heard.
Sensitive tummy.
And they were always his idea.
Alright, no. You sent me the link with the gummy bear.
So hold on. I gotta give context.
And that
on
was
this.
the worst
I gotta
one.
give context on this because
Context on
you
this.
always we always joke about what we're gonna do on Table Talk. It's always bullshit. Oh, this. I sent it as a joke.
Did you?
The world's hottest gummy
Oh,
bear
there it is.
because we did the Roosters challenge and it was so freaking hot. And you had such a hard time, and I was like, how crazy would it be if we did the world's hottest gummy bear, 9 million Scovilles, and you ordered
That's
it.
a joke.
And then the next
What's that?
day we had the world's hottest gummy bear in our house.
Yeah, how'd that go?
You drank a whole gallon of milk.
I used to be able to do stuff like that, like 10 or so years ago. I can't anymore though.
I'm on your level now, man. I can't anymore.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now.
You get
Then we'll
older
watch
and
them.
your guts change. It just doesn't work the same as it used to when you were young.
Yeah.
We do need to do the. I feel like we have to do the Packy chip challenge. Packy.
What's that?
Packy.
It's
It's
the
that
world's
one-
hottest tortilla
Yeah,
chip.
like
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that. The Howling Mike guys did that one. Brian, or not Howling
I'm
Mike.
about to say what?
I was like,
I
I was like, did we?
It starts
Don't
with an
remember.
H. Hop and Sting.
Hop and Sting. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they did. Hop and Sting.
Yeah, see that one.
Yeah.
How they handle
Brian did it. Brian did it
They
because he
handle it
eats
good?
a lot of hot stuff. So
he seemed to handle it pretty well.
yeah, he handled it pretty well.
Gosh,
So you'd cry.
I know.
If
Let's
it's
do it.
So the thing about the world's hottest gummy bear is that
Mm.
when you eat it, it's hot, right?
Yeah.
You swallow it, and it's still hot, like a thermal
And you
hot.
feel it all the way down.
And
Yeah.
you feel it, and it works its way through your gut, and you're like, I still feel that hot.
It feels like it
feel
takes hours to digest. Like
Yeah.
it's just down there.
like a flaming
Effing
hot
you up,
time
man.
capsule. Can I say flaming hot? Is that like a trademark thing?
Flaming
Between,
hot.
Doritos?
Bugles? Is that what you're talking about? I don't think they've trademarked
First
that.
off,
Cheetos, right?
Bugles came
Oh
out
my
with
God.
flaming hot flavor. I'm gonna lose my mind. I do want to talk about
Bugles are the ones that you put on your fingers.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, theoretically, I can't put any of those freaking things on my
Why not?
fingers.
You got lady fingers.
Fat
Bro.
fingers or what?
Can you put a bugle on your finger? Do they fit still?
I haven't done it since I was 15.
Maybe that's why I think of that. 'cause
Nah,
I did
man.
that when I was a kid.
Yesterday,
No.
I got the ranch bugles. And I'm like, son of a bitch, and I'm like trying to put them on, and I can't put them on.
Same problem with your mother. It's fine.
You know, my dirtbag. You know, what? If she's watching this, I hope.
I love
I hope
you,
she,
Miss Reed.
tears into you.
You're my second mother.
No,
That's weird.
it's not weird at all.
That's weird.
You
No,
do.
no, no.
You do.
Yeah,
You
that's,
boo-boo.
You can have as many moms as you want.
That's true.
It's true.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah, 2020.
I did want to tell you. I don't think I told you before.
I feel like this is serious.
Cheetos came out with their
Oh.
own macaroni lineup.
What?
What?
Yeah, so there's flaming hot macaroni Cheetos. It's
Wait,
it's macaroni
wait.
and cheese.
Just
like-
Cheeto flavored
with that-
macaroni?
Yes.
That seems like a bad idea.
Does
Seems
it?
like a night on the toilet. I couldn't.
That with the double decker taco from Taco Bell, and we're gonna have a good night.
I'm gonna have a double
Yeah,
decker
Mr.
shit. You know
Double
what I'm
Decker
saying?
Taco.
Can't do it, man.
Taco Bell, bring back the double decker taco.
Mm.
Why did you do this? Why did you take it away?
Yeah.
Fun fact. Best tacos in town, Burger King.
Oh,
Look it
my
up,
God.
research it,
Those are not
fact check.
tacos.
What
They are
is
tacos.
wrong with
They're
you?
delicious.
Those are terrible.
You're a terrible person for saying that. I mean, they're delicious.
It's like saying the Jack in the Box tacos are tacos.
When you're drunk,
They're their
I mean,
own food.
I've definitely eaten them
Yeah.
many a time because you can eat like 10 of them, but
Yeah.
they're not tacos. It's
That kind
just-
of goes into a little bit of a debate that I have with my wife, Mariah. Is soft serve its own thing, or is it just subsidized into the ice cream category? Or
You're
is
talking about
soft
frozen
serve
yogurt?
like just generalized soft serves? Like, so if you go to like a restaurant and they have like you can get your own cone and get soft serve out of the thing,
Okay.
is that ice cream or is it its own thing?
it's like
It's either
That's-
ice cream
yeah.
or it's frozen yogurt.
Is it like what is the
It's
classification?
one of the two, right? Because there's a difference between ice cream and frozen yogurt.
Because I crave
I-
soft serve, and ice cream won't fulfill that craving.
what's the difference?
It's got like a thinner,
It's softer.
softer.
Soft serve softer.
But
Right.
it does. It like it tastes different. It's like it's just different. You know, it's like
Did you Google it? Like, what's the difference between soft serve and regular ice cream?
I think you should
Stand
Google
by.
it.
Stand by.
Everybody stand by.
Let's Google it.
There's a Google going on.
The difference between soft serve and regular. Well, that's kind of goes with the debate that we also have. Is Totino's its own food, or does it subsidize into?
Bro, I
Totino's
put
is just a
to
brand.
But
their
it's got
pizza so
such a
I know.
specific
taste
like,
and like feel to
It's
it.
it's not pizza, in my opinion. Doesn't taste like pizza at
Oh,
all.
and who eats it like a pizza? I always hold it up.
Totino's.
So
It's like its own
It's a
thing.
calzone then, right? If you fold
calzone,
it
Yeah.
it's its own calzone.
up.
Sure. I want Tortillas pizza now. Damn. If
It's
you're
all
watching
the,
this,
it's all the preservatives they
simple.
throw in there that gives it a unique flavor.
hey, I'm fine with that. You know, that's what makes it taste like.
Okay. What do we got here? Soft serve is lower in milk than ice
Okay.
cream, about 10 to 18% lower, and it's produced at a temperature of -4 compared to ice cream, which is -15 Celsius. That's both Celsius temperatures. Soft serve contains air introduced at the time of freezing.
Okay. So,
So-
less milk plus air.
Yeah. So I would consider
So
that a
it's
different
not ice
type.
cream.
It's not ice cream.
It's not. It's
Boom.
obviously different.
Mariah, if you're watching this episode, we've proved it. Soft serve is not ice cream. It can't be, right? Just like gelato's its own thing, and like
Well, and frozen yogurt is its own thing.
it's its
as well.
own thing.
Damn,
Like,
man,
you
there's
can't-
too many factors
They're
in all
very
this.
similar, but there's a different process in making it that makes it different.
If you generalize it all as ice cream, and you're expecting like a certain thing,
Well,
you
so-
eat soft serve, you're gonna be like, this is some
I
shitty ice
suppose
cream.
you can have one big umbrella thing, but
It's
that's
cold
like
and
that's
creamy.
like saying all beer is beer, right? But
It's true.
different
That's true.
beers have different styles. There's ales and lagers, and then between the ales and lagers, then there's different styles that branch off
That's
from
true.
there.
That's true.
And I do like cold and creamy
So
beers.
you could have ice cream as like the headline or the main thing, and then it breaks off from there. You have soft serve, you have frozen yogurt, you have
That being
So,
said,
if you
diff-
say
all
that
the different ones.
beer is ice cream.
that being said, would Totino's be its own style?
The Totino's is just a brand.
Totino's is
But it's
okay.
just, it's got such a specific, like, no matter what Totino's pizza you get, it's so blatantly obvious that it's a Totino's, but it's equally desirable in its own way. So, like, if I'm craving pizza, usually a Totino's won't do it. And if I'm craving Totino's, maybe a pizza won't do it.
Bro,
Like, it's
if
like-
I'm craving a pizza, Totino's will do it if I have like two of them. I mean,
Well, I mean, you could compare that with other things too. Like, if you're craving a soda, will a Coca-Cola satisfy you, or do you need
Okay.
a Dr. Pepper?
actually, I will
Yeah,
say
it's
this:
true.
if I'm craving a soda or a beer for some weird reason, yeah, it's a weird line. I think it's just carbonation wise. A Topo Chico will do.
What?
Yeah, it's a
You
weird
just crossed
mix.
so
I know.
many
it's a weird
boundaries.
mix, but
So you're just craving a carbonated beverage.
yeah,
essentially.
basically, I mean, yeah, I guess.
I want a beer. Here's a Topo Chico. That'll do.
I
I'd like
would
a
be
Dr.
okay
Pepper.
with that.
Here's a Topo Chico.
I
That'll
would
do.
be okay with both those situations.
What?
I don't know. Yeah.
You just need to identify your craving more specifically. You're craving a carbonated beverage.
Yeah, I think I'm always.
Have you ever had ranch water?
ranch water?
What's ranch
No.
water?
So ranch water
Tequila
originally was tequila and Topo Chico.
Yeah.
You just put a shot
But
of
now
tequila
they got
and
it
Topo Chico.
in
But
some
now it's like
cans.
prepackaged.
Yeah.
There's an actual company
Yeah.
called Ranch Water, and they make some kind of hard seltzer thing. But originally, ranch water was Topo Chico with a shot
Ranch
of
water
tequila.
just sounds weird to me, man.
Ranch water?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that was the thing, man.
Ranch water.
That was like when Tiger King came out. Like
Tiger
that was
Woods.
like that's and Tiger King and
That
ranch
long
water
ago? That
should
was so
come
long
out.
ago, man.
That
Tiger
was so
King?
long ago. Tiger King.
Damn it, it is. What about Walt? I got you worried. I'm gonna bring this up every episode. You worried ass lion, man.
Yeah, one day we'll put him in the shot.
I think you should name him Simbear
Sinbear.
Ooh, I like
instead
it.
of
Oh.
Simba.
I like it. Simbear.
It will be good.
That's not bad. It will be good. I don't like the way you say the things.
What?
All the things that you say.
All the things that come out of your mouth, I'm not liking
All
it.
the things,
Yeah.
I'm not really receiving them well.
Well, you know, I don't care.
Would you drink a ranch water? If someone
No, that sounds. I love tequila. So the
Yeah,
tequila.
who says that?
So,
Whoa,
really?
No, I love the taste of tequila. Like a good tequila,
Yeah.
I just love it. I could sip on it. I just love.
I learned something about
So,
this.
but I kind of have a problem with it. I love it so much. I don't know when to stop drinking it.
Tequila. Okay.
And so that's like my one weakness as far as alcohol goes.
Like
I know when to stop drinking any other alcohol. I know
Yeah,
when I've hit my limit. But tequila, I just love it so much. I forget how much I've had, or
That
is so
pretend to forget how
Right,
much I've
yeah.
had because I want to keep drinking it. And so like I usually if tequila is involved, I have to have somebody who is more sober than me to monitor how much tequila I'm drinking to keep me from getting sick.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I've never met anyone who loved tequila so much.
I mean,
Tequila normally like leads me to bad things.
but it leaves everyone to bad things usually.
Usually,
On a general
pretty
consensus,
quickly.
yeah.
But not. I think tequila to me leads to other things. So like other alcohols.
Pregnancy. Oh.
Pregnancy. Other alcohols. So like if I'm drinking tequila,
It's a gateway drug.
that's when I'm like I want all the beers and all the shots.
Oh,
Like tequila
But-
is like
but
once
what-
tequila goes down, then it's like come to me. All
I got a
the
question.
things.
Will tequila lead you to Irish car bombs still though? Can anything lead
probably.
you to that? Really?
Probably.
Damn, that's strong.
So I have a bad
You
history.
don't like Irish car-
bombs.
We did a
So
super bad
And so what is an Irish car
Bailey's Irish cream,
Okay.
Irish whiskey, in a half of a Guinness.
Because I know the only time I've ever heard about Irish car bomb is I know is if you're in Ireland, do not order one.
No.
If you're in America, do not order one.
Yeah, no. Don't
They're
order Irish car bomb.
dangerous
in
either way.
Ireland.
Because of the history associated with
Yes.
it.
Yeah, it's not good. So Ireland, we recently took a trip to Ireland, and their Civil War is fresh, like fresh on their mind. Like the people walking around remember it fresh. Like we don't remember our Civil War. That was so long
There's
ago.
Civil War, the potato famine.
What?
What?
If anyone Irish is watching this,
I'm sorry.
they are instantly hate you. Instantly.
Sorry.
But like that was real things,
Yeah.
and people like don't realize how fresh it was. And like when we went there and we saw bullet holes in the buildings, and like you go to certain towns, like especially in Northern Ireland, there's murals on the buildings of like battles that recently occurred and things like that, and like there's still like pictures, like recent pictures of like people battling, like civilians, like girlfriends and boyfriends going out there and fighting. Like it was like, whoa, that is crazy. So yeah, you're right in that context. Like the Irish car bomb, it's pretty offensive.
So what's the other name for it? Like, if
I don't
you-
know.
If you don't want to offend someone,
Definitely can't just call it the car
but
bomb.
you do want to actually drink that beverage, is there another name?
I don't know. When we went, we never ordered it, and I never saw anyone order anything like it.
Can you just say I want this, and Guinness, and drop it?
So like
All right. So did you say what it was? You said Bailey's Irish cream.
Bailey's Irish cream,
Irish
Irish
whiskey.
whiskey, and half of a Guinness.
Okay. Okay.
I think they'd be offended that you just said half a Guinness. anyways.
I mean, it's
In
a shot.
Ireland.
Okay, so
Yeah,
do,
but
you,
in
do,
Ireland,
do you take
I mean-
the Baileys and the Irish whiskey and drop it into
drop
your
it.
beer?
Yeah,
and drink
you-
it?
yeah.
Okay.
And it curdles.
It curdles. So you
It
have to
does
drink
curdle.
it extremely
Yeah.
fast, faster than any other shot.
Yeah.
Is
you
that,
have
is
to
that
drink it
because
fast.
of the nitro in
The nitro,
in the
the
beer?
cream, and the Bailey, it
Mhm.
all like it's a violent mixture, and it will make cheese. Like if you just put it all in there and you just let it sit,
You're gonna be
Yeah.
the
chewing on
top
that
of
in a
that will
minute.
be solidified.
I do like cheese.
I
Cheese
would
bomb.
love to
Call
see
it cheese
that.
bomb.
Someone just like slice it into like a curdled
Do it.
beer.
Bartender.
Bartender? Another. My,
yeah.
Simbear, please.
Simbear.
Will you grab me a
Beer.
beer? Thank you.
See yourself.
That's so you've never had one, obviously.
No, I don't. I do like Irish whiskey. I don't like Bailey's.
So those three ingredients are so opposite. They're violent together, and they create like this chocolate milk. It tastes like chocolate milk, especially when you're at the end of it. It's very sweet. It's very like if I told someone I gave them a shot of chocolate milk, they probably think I did. It's very close to that. The consistency is pretty close. That being said, it's extremely easy to drink. The alcohol content is extremely high. My first time having Irish car bombs, I drank 9.
Damn.
That's
Everywhere.
a lot of alcohol. It's
Yeah.
not like a
Well,
normal
even if
shot.
that's just beer, you're still drinking a lot of alcohol.
But-
Just with beer, yeah.
What's
Just with
weird
beer.
is
Putting a shot
both
of
your
whiskey
bad
in it.
experiences with Irish car bombs with both at the same place.
Yeah, it was.
Which,
the same
why did you
place.
go back and do it again?
You.
Okay.
You're a bad influence.
I'm sorry.
Well,
it's
plus-
true.
That alcohol can have certain effects on memory, right?
It's true.
That is true. That is true. But oh my gosh, the smell or the sight of seeing someone make an Irish car bomb, like, just is nauseating to me. Just nauseating. But I think if you introduced tequila first, I probably would do it.
Damn, man, that's a dangerous combination, though.
I probably would. That's the thing is, tequila never works well for me because it introduces me to things I normally wouldn't drink. So like
So
any shot.
do you like tequila though? You like the taste of it?
Not particularly, but it's like tequila drives an emotion out
Yeah.
of me. So even though I'm not particularly driven by the taste,
Yeah.
the very action of having tequila immediately associates to me like it's about to get weird. Like, we're
See,
going
I
down.
have that experience, and I've seen that in a lot of people. Like tequila just kind of seems to be the party liquor,
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll change you.
It immediately ups the ante. Like
Yeah.
if I have tequila in my system, immediately I'm like, okay, cool. Tonight's the night.
So,
We're gonna experience some
weird
things
story.
tonight.
I met a chick once. I didn't meet her.
You didn't.
Didn't
I,
meet her.
she
was a ghost.
I knew her. No.
I walked through her,
No.
man.
I
Straight
knew
through
so
her.
I knew her. She was my friend's wife. She drank tequila that night. And she told us not to let her have tequila, but she had it. So, yeah.
So you
she
failed at your job.
Yeah, I failed. She completely forgot who she was. She thought I was her brother. She didn't know her husband. She ran into a lake with just a dress on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, tequila
Changed her life.
Yeah, it did. It did. It was intense.
Tequila, in my experience, does change the person the most. In my personal experience, I don't know if that's true. I just know, like the people I know who
Right.
drink it,
No, I know.
they
I agree with that.
change drastically.
You ever eat the worm?
And what's funny about it? Well, so
I have.
yeah, and that would be
You have.
And it's
like mezcal, right? Is technically the one that has the worm in it.
yeah.
Uh,
It's terrible.
I'm trying to remember the specific difference. I think it's just because tequila is produced in a certain region of Mexico, and that's why it's called tequila, right?
Yeah.
And then anything else is called mezcal.
Yeah, and it also like there's a lot of actually there's a lot of criteria to tequila.
Yeah.
Like they are pretty proud.
I'm
of
sure to
tequila.
make it authentic and like true tequila, I'm sure there is.
What's the one in Austin?
The fun fact, I don't know. Fun fact, disregarding your stupid question.
You can't make tequila
Exactly,
in
that's what I'm
Austin
saying.
because-
There's one in Austin, but then
so
like,
that would
does that
technically
qualify?
be a mezcal then,
Yeah,
because you have to produce it in a certain region.
yeah.
Do you know American Topo Chico is nothing like Mexico Topo Chico?
I would assume not.
Yeah, I had a guy tell me that. He said he's gonna bring me back some actual Topo Chico from Mexico. I'm getting imported. I'm excited.
That's probably the water
It's
source.
Yeah,
that
they
they're
tell
gonna
you
use
not
from.
to drink that.
I'm about to have a great time.
When you
Or a
go to
bad time. We'll
Mexico?
find out.
They say don't drink the water.
Okay, well, it's carbonated water. So, it's
True.
dumb. So dumb.
Surely the
Surely.
stuff that they're packaging is not going to be.
I don't know.
I think they say don't drink like the tap water.
Yeah, so if they package
they don't
it,
have
though,
like an
it's fine.
FDA, do they? Or
Uh,
like who regulates it? I mean, FDA didn't really. I mean, I'm sorry.
There's got to be
I'm
something.
not sorry. Like you would think there would be something, but like
there's
I've been.
lots of products that get imported from Mexico that we consume here in the United States. I'm sure there's some sort of a.
But that would explain the disparity between product to products, country to country. I've been to countries before where the product was drastically different, like drastically different.
You flexing?
Now, they no, a lot of people are gonna get mad at me right now.
All right. Ready for this,
Now, a lot of people, and they say that when you go to Ireland, Guinness is drastically different.
guys?
It's got to be because of the
Just
water.
saying.
Just saying.
It's the water profile. You're
Say it.
using a different water source, so it's got to be different.
So. No, I mean, well, like
They
like
poured
there
it
is a
different?
difference. Like there is like a I wouldn't say drastic.
Yeah.
There is a difference.
Like if you were a beer connoisseur and you knew your beer and everything, you would notice
you'd
it.
notice.
But if you're just a regular person,
Probably not.
Yeah, you wouldn't notice. Okay.
Probably not. Pours the same.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day, maybe 50 years ago. Yeah, probably. Exactly like you said, the water source. You know, and now this fact I don't know, so it could be wrong on this, but
Fact I don't know.
I do know that this fact I
Is
don't.
it a fact?
I do know that Guinness says that they started brewing the beer that they brewed because the family was introduced to a porter, and they brewed something like it, and then decided to either sweeten it or thicken it. I couldn't remember. But then I also heard from another source that they brewed it the way it was because of the water. They had to brew a dark.
A lot of beer styles came about because of that exact thing, like the specific water source they were using, like the Burton Ale.
Yeah.
And even like Kolsch is a pretty popular beer style that is brewed because of the water in that specific region
I got a
of Germany.
question. It seems that like a different answer from every person I ask. So I want to know your answer. What's the difference between a porter and a stout? That's everyone has a different answer. It seems like.
I believe the official answer to that is a stout has roasted barley in it.
Okay.
That porter does not.
Alright.
Other than that, it's really up to the brewery to
What they want to
whatever
call it,
label they
basically.
want to,
Yeah.
whatever they want to call it.
Okay.
But that's the main difference. Is that porters traditionally do not have roasted barley in them. They'll use other caramelized malts or different malts that.
That's the best
even
answer
the
I've
dark-
gotten so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everyone has their own
everyone
opinions
does
on
have
a
a
porter and
different
a stout.
answer. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well, the bitterness level
Yeah.
and things like that. I do hear that from time to time from different brewers.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's obviously because there's multiple different styles of stout and there's multiple different
Yeah.
styles of porter, so you definitely have a lot of gray areas and where they come really close to each other. I think that from my understanding is it's the roasted barley. And I don't pretend to know everything, but
did I make you thirsty? Did I make you thirsty?
let's get new beers.
Yeah, we need new beers.
Stand by.
Stand by, everybody.
Stand by.
All right.
New beers.
New beers.
The camera's on, man.
Ah, I can't pee now.
We're back.
All right. We're
With
back.
new beer.
I haven't peed.
Trying to
Hey,
find
man.
Sweet stout. though.
Messy.
Why am I not able to
Hey, you
find
want to
this?
try the side by side?
Side by
Yourself a little taste test. That's
We
what I know
just
what you
did
think.
it. You can't do that.
know
Run it,
what?
man. Hashtag run it.
Here, bud. Let me try
You
yours.
cannot share. You can't
No,
share beers
can't
unless
try
you have a sample glass. You can
Pull
pour
one of
into.
the sample glasses off the wall behind you. What brewery are you gonna go with?
There we
Alright,
go.
I'm gonna do it blindly.
So sweet stout is actually in the dark British beer category.
Oh.
So sweet stout, oatmeal stout, tropical stout, and foreign extra stout are
Oh,
all.
rest in peace.
Rabbit hole, man.
Oh, sorry, yeah, rabbit
It's
hole.
rabbit hole.
You
So-
miss
I miss Rebel.
I do
This is
too.
something we never really touched on. That wall behind Alex, those are all the breweries we went to
Yeah.
when trying to figure out who we were.
Can you pour me half
Okay.
here?
Yeah, so every glass represents a brewery that we went to on our quest to find out who we were.
Yeah.
What
Basically
did we
start
want
this
to do?
brewery, yeah.
That started Howling Mud. So I mean, there's a lot of glasses back there. We filled up the entire bookshelf. But some of those glasses.
Nice. Nice.
See, every can is filled to the brim.
Yeah.
That's
missing nothing.
this guy. It's almost like he did on purpose. Like, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean every glass that we did back there was like a representation of one brewery, but there's some like the smaller glasses that's from like beer festivals that we went to. So there's several beer festivals that are on there as well. So those are all mainly all Texas breweries, but there are some breweries from like Seattle, California, Florida, Ireland, England. There's a couple of
England.
breweries that we went to. I mean, it was like a big quest, man. When we were like figuring out who we were, and
Yeah.
we were talking to everybody, meeting the brewers, and
So when you were brainstorming
Yeah.
the idea
Yeah.
of opening the brewery.
yeah, this was home brewer. We're brewing in our garage. We're making beer, and we're like, you know what? Let's
Go for it.
let's figure out what people do.
Yeah.
Like let's go talk to people about everything. And I remember when we first started the quest to do this, we were brewing extract.
Yeah.
And we
So
didn't
how long?
know.
How many batches in were you when you decided, man, I really want to open a brewery? Or you could give a time frame.
Pretty
if
simple.
you're not
Yeah,
counting-
but
counting
time
batches
frame is probably
necessarily.
easier.
I would say 6 to 10 batches in.
6 to 10.
6 to 10 batches in. Really, when we did our first all grain, when I did my
First all grain, yeah.
batch, I felt on top of the world.
Mm-hmm.
When I figured out alpha acids, and when I figured out the enzymes, and when we were really applying that knowledge to the process, and we were starting to extract sugars, and we were messing with temperatures and things like that, that's when I felt like, whoa, man, like this is way more than just heating up some liquid and put some yeast in it. Like we're doing things. Like I can change the profile of this. Like this could be
So you
several different things.
you did a few batches. So how did you learn how to brew? Like, did you start
YouTube.
just reading books?
Definitely.
Was it YouTube? 'Cause
YouTube.
I kind of started
Yeah.
with YouTube as well. Yeah.
YouTube for sure. We did read a lot of books. Palmer.
Yep.
Yeah, the Palmer book. What was that guy's name?
No, I was gonna say.
Not Arnold Palmer.
I was
We
gonna
weren't learning about
no,
Palmer.
Arnold Palmer.
Like,
Maybe
I
that
can't
was
remember,
great.
Palmer.
No,
something
I was gonna
Palmer.
say. What's his name? Dogfish Head guy.
Oh yeah.
He was a big inspiration.
Yeah.
Sam Cologne.
Yeah, yeah.
Sam
That
Cologne.
guy. Yeah.
So he had a book, and I actually read most of that. If I'm being honest, I didn't read the whole thing, but I thought it was really cool. He actually started out on a half barrel system.
Yeah.
When he opened up Dogfish
Yeah.
Head,
That
it
dude
was a half
struggled.
barrel system.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked really hard
Uh,
to. I mean, his business story alone is
Yeah.
inspiration to anybody. How hard he worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like brewing on half barrel systems and brewing like.
It started really small for
Yeah.
as far as the beer goes. Like they depended on the restaurant for to be able to make money at all, because obviously on
Oh,
a system
yeah.
that small, you're not really making any
Yeah.
money.
And he was big on the food too. I remember him like actually like in his book going over, you know, like the cheese has to be right, like just like he was big on the food aspect of it too, and that was kind of cool, and that kind of like gave us a little bit of edge, like, you know, kind of figuring out who we were and what's going on. And I remember he was trying some weird shit from the start.
He took like an ingredient from like
Old
different
cherries.
continents and shit.
Oh yeah, that was recently.
Oh, yeah.
That was in the last decade.
Last decade.
Dogfish Head is older than most people think.
I know.
Yeah.
They hit the market in the peak of craft beer, the second wave. A lot of people forget that craft beer, when this country was founded, was more popular then than it is now.
Pre-prohibition.
Pre-prohibition, yeah.
Yeah, there were
People-
a lot more breweries before then.
Yeah.
And
People
then after
forget that.
prohibition, the only breweries that were left were the ones that were able to survive prohibition.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Miller.
No, Miller
Maybe-
was not a part of that. Anchor Steam. There's a few others.
Steam Brewing.
Anchor Steam's not the oldest. There's another one close by them that's the oldest. I can't remember what they're called.
I've heard of it.
It's not
I
Anchor
don't.
Steam. Anchor Steam's old. though.
It's old.
They're
It's old, but
old.
there is a older one.
Yeah, but they're the ones that survived
Google it, guys.
prohibition.
Let's know.
Google it. You got your Googling.
Yeah,
man.
it's 2020.
We got it right here
Millennials.
too.
Yeah, you got Google. What are you doing? Yeah. This guy.
We don't care that much.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm glad you read that book. I read that same book. It was really cool.
We all did.
Yeah, that was actually essential in like us starting the company.
I
We
should
kind of
probably
took that
actually
as
finish it, but
motivation.
He was, yeah. I mean, you see what that guy went through. You know.
Sam Cologne.
Yeah. I mean, what was he deliver or like going to?
Oh,
He was testing his beer or something. Got into an accident.
Yeah,
All that, but he still like
he still made the delivery.
worked it out. Everything. I mean.
He
made
had
the same
like
day.
1,000
His
bottles of
brakes
beer in his
failed or
bag.
something.
Yeah. I mean, that guy was.
It was really cool. It was
Yeah.
a really cool story. It was very inspiring to
Mhm.
a young brewer.
Yeah.
You know, his work ethic and things like that. And then now look at him. You know,
Yeah.
Dogfish Head arguably is the largest craft brewery. I mean, you have
unless you count Sam Adams.
Sam Adams. So is Sam Adams still
So
considered?
if you're going off of the like the BJCP guidelines or whatever, sorry, not BJCP, American Craft Brewers Guild, there is a limit to how many gallons you could produce to still be considered a craft brewery. And I'm pretty sure Sam Adams is above that, and like
Yeah.
Shiner's above that. I think Dogfish Head is above
They'd
that
have
as
to be
well.
able to that as well. Yeah.
So.
But
That
I
was-
mean,
But they definitely did pioneer.
Yeah, they paved the way.
Who decided on
the
that?
craft beer?
what
The
stops
American
you?
Brewers Association decided that.
Oh, chip people.
Well, I mean, like,
I know. Who
Is
like
that
yeah.
like
Either way, they're still craft brewer pioneers in our hearts.
we owe a lot
I
to
mean,
these guys?
yeah,
a lot
that's what I'm
more
saying,
than
yeah,
other
for sure.
than other
There's-
breweries
You,
that I would say.
give the respect where it's due.
Yeah, I
for
mean, we
sure.
probably wouldn't be where all of us are now without them. You know,
Oh,
I mean, they
obviously, yeah, for
helped
sure.
outlaws
For
and
sure.
all that shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Sam Cologne. He at the very beginning of his book, he was like, I need a craft brewery," and he actually went through legislation.
Mhm.
Like he had to actually change laws to make that happen. Like that's punk rock, man. Like that's pretty cool. Like that's awesome.
Well, and just locally here in Denton, we gotta thank the breweries
Yes.
that started before.
Right?
Before we
We've
did.
had
Yes.
so much help.
Yes,
Without-
Seth and Bobby and oh my gosh, the what they've gone through to start their breweries
Yeah.
and to pave the way for us. I mean, we had a mediocre hard time opening up. Nothing compared.
Yeah, compared to them, yeah.
Nothing compared to them. And you know, it's important to remember that.
Yeah, for sure.
It is important to remember that where you you guys came from. That's you know it's.
But I love
huge.
that everyone helps out everyone. I mean, where would we be without DCPC, Armadillo, and Toes?
That
I
I
mean-
think is the most important thing in this industry.
And we all help each other out?
Yeah,
Well-
the craft beer industry in general is it's all of us together we definitely do work together.
Yeah.
We support each other.
It's not competition.
I've never seen an industry like it.
Yeah, if we come up with
Yeah.
an event,
For sure.
we try to add all the other breweries into that event.
Yeah,
with us.
I've never
I
seen an
mean,
industry like it,
Yeah.
and that's why, in my opinion, some of these bigger craft breweries, and I might this might be controversial, but I still, no matter what, would consider Dogfish Head a craft brewery because of how vested Sam Cologne was into the community and how he was into more breweries opening.
Yeah.
And like he wrote that book. He didn't write that book for the public. He wrote that book for us. Like he wrote that book was geared to us. Like, you guys want
Obviously,
to do
it gave
this?
you some inspiration for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
so
definitely.
like that's, to me, that's the ultimate craft. And that's kind of like what we were going after when we opened up, like with the art. And with I differentiate that none. In my opinion, art is art, whether it's music, whether it's beer, whether
Food.
it's
I mean, culinary.
paintings, whether
Yeah.
it's your your
How do you
personality
express yourself?
into a thing.
Yeah.
And anybody who would want to uplift that and send that out into the world is always craft.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's how I've always rated craft. Once you lose that, then that's when I
Yeah,
start
when you start doing it for the dollar signs
Yes.
instead
Yeah.
of for the passion, and
Yeah.
that's I think where it changes, because yes, you do need to make money. You have to make a living. That obviously we have to be able to provide food for our families and keep a roof over our heads. But ultimately, the main reason we're doing this is because we have a passion for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's what we love to do. I mean,
Yeah.
we could make money,
When it starts becoming a job.
doing any
it's,
job, but-
it's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You know? And it needs to be like a hobby. It needs to be fun for you.
Yeah, that's
But I mean, when you just start doing it just for money,
that's one thing. It was kind of huge for me when we were starting out. Is that don't let the industry change you.
yeah.
It's and that happens with everything. And I've had several careers, in my lifetime, and every time that's how it's always ended. It's always ended. The industry changed you. It politicized you. It took over you. I've been a real estate agent. I've been a firefighter. I now work for the hospital.
Are we flexing?
No. What I'm saying is
No,
the
I this is cool. I'm learning things.
Oh, he's been in the
reason,
Navy.
yeah, I was in
He's
the
been a
military.
paramedic.
But the
You know
reason
what's going on?
I left these industries is
Yeah.
because it never turned out to be why I went there. Ever. It never, it's like the cause went away.
Yeah.
And then it all led to here, to a path that was just like, we're finally here to where, people's thoughts and expressions mean something, and this game, this world game that we play, it doesn't matter anymore.
So I have a question. So you're a year in, a little over a year in since you first opened
Mhm.
the brewery.
Yeah.
Does it feel? Has the passion died down at all? Does it feel less worth it, or
Not at all.
is
If
it
anything,
is the
more
fire still
passionate.
there?
Improving our beer, we've improved it greatly.
Yeah.
There's always room
I
for
agree to that,
improvement.
yeah.
I mean,
I get excited.
I
every
love
time we
people's
progress.
I love people's opinions and how they see our improvement on our beer. I mean,
It's
it's
it's 50-50. I definitely love being in the industry 100%, and I do agree. I think our beer has come a million miles, and hopefully it will continue to go a million
Yeah.
more every single year. But in that aspect, I've always acknowledged that beer is closely associated to art, and the reason I say that is
Craft beer, at least.
Craft beer, yeah. And the reason I say that is when my wife and I were first, dating, we went to a lot of art museums and things like that, and art galleries, and we never experienced the art the same way. And to that, I experienced my art entirely But each beer we brew does have like a specific feeling and a specific meaning and a specific thing I'm after, and it might be lost on certain people. Some people might not taste that or feel that or appreciate that. You know, people are different. Your mind is different. The way you see things is different. Your palate is different.
Yeah.
So that's something I love about craft beer is each beer from each brewery, each one has its own. So there's a certain spirit that comes along with it that comes from the brewer or the brewery, whether it be from the name of the beer or the style of the beer, the way it was brewed. There's like a spirit behind it, that sort of a reflection of what were we talking about earlier? Where you're as an artist, you're trying to reflect yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
You portray who you are, what's going on, or what you feel into your art.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
taste
And so-
your
and
beer,
you get
know
that.
what you're about.
Exactly, and you
I
get
mean,
that from the beers,
Yeah.
the different craft beers.
And that's actually
it's,
something you.
it's never boring.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a one of a kind art where you can taste something and know what that person is about. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
And not just the taste, but like
the smell,
well, and also like just look at the label design,
yeah, just everything about it. There's so much to
the names,
beer.
the different
Yeah.
names, and the backstory behind those names of where those names came from.
Yeah.
It's a way of expressing that individual
It's almost
or,
like-
or a certain specific thing.
The ultimate art.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I mean,
I always
yeah.
loved learning like the stories behind the different beer names and
Yeah.
like, where those are coming from, or what made you decide to brew this specific style. What was your inspiration? Those it all gives you kind of this insight on that person or that brewer or
Yeah.
on that brewery.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say when you're going out and you're trying to try these beers or whatever, there is a taste aside from the style of the beer, and I think that is it's a taste that goes unnoticed, and you really don't find it until someone points it out. But like you're immediately like when you're saying like, oh, this is a saison, or this is a double IPA, or this is that, and you're tasting it, and you're like, okay, how close to the double IPA, and you're starting to break it down, and that's fine, whatever. But there is an underlining flavor profile that is specific to the person behind the beer, and that is something that it's the brewer's note, and
Yeah.
you can get that from any brewery, and no matter the style, you can still get like, yeah, that's definitely Armadillo, or yeah, that's definitely Denton County, like I can taste the brewer in that, like I can taste the family, I can taste the atmosphere, what went on, what's going on, what they're doing.
And the funny thing about that is a lot of times it's the water they're using.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
Yeah,
it could also be the process or the way that they do it, because just like there's so many different ways to skin a cat. It's not the greatest metaphor, but there's so many different ways to brew beer, right?
Yeah.
There's so many different ways to go about getting this end product. There's just so many different ways to do it. There's no one set way to make a beer.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways that you can go about doing it, and so every brewer or brewery is going to have their own standard operating procedure of creating a beer, and so definitely you get that specific. There is definitely something that you can taste in each beer from a specific brewery, based on what their process is and their water they're using.
I think it's cool that beer is both the oldest consumed beverage other than water and the newest consumed beverage, because beer
That is cool.
continually evolves.
Yeah.
There's always something brand new you haven't tried,
Infinite possibilities for beer, man.
and it's the oldest
Yeah.
consumed produced beverage. I mean, it was like Egyptian currency. It was, beer's been around for so long, yet it evolves daily, and you're
What's-
tasting that.
Do you know how it first came about? Like how it was first discovered?
Yeah, I remember reading this, but I don't remember it offhand.
Me either.
I do remember reading that, but like,
No, I don't think anybody really knows. I know there's a bunch of different stories out there, like some farmer left some grain out in the rain and it,
yeah, something like that. There's a bunch of like stories like that. I remember hearing something like back into the hunter-gatherer days. Yeah.
I'm sure it goes back pretty
well,
far, but
and that was kind of so that was something I did learn, and I think that is pretty well known. Is that before beer came around, we were pretty much just hunter-gatherers.
Mhm.
Beer kind of
Yeah.
sparked the agricultural
Yeah.
revolution where people started farming and living in closer quarters, and you in a sense you could say that it sparked society or civilization,
Yeah.
because before that there were just tribes of people just hunting and gathering.
Yeah.
So there was no reason to like come together and live in close proximity to each other and
yeah.
coordinate and exchange goods. There was no reason to do that because you would just hunt for the food that you wanted and you would eat and then go hunt for more. But then beer was discovered, and so we're like, all right, we need to grow crops. And
Yeah.
so it sparked
exactly.
farming.
Yeah,
Have a good time.
And they'll
Beer's great.
kind of
Hey,
spark.
work
the-
sucks.
What are we doing?
I'm not drinking that crap anymore.
Alright,
So you could say without beer there would be no civilization.
true. There we go. I like that. Good quote.
Well, I think that was an amazing discussion. I think that was the realest Table
Realist.
Talk's ever been, and I'm
The realist.
so glad that it went that route.
Oh man, I'm sad we didn't get to play Drunken Operation.
Oh,
That's
drunk
commitment.
operation. Yeah,
That's
oh man,
commitment, man.
that is commitment.
Yeah.
But we're so glad to have you on, and
Yeah, man.
I can't wait to have you on
It was
again.
a lot of fun. I definitely want to come back and do more.
It's amazing. All right, everybody. Cheers.
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 Thanks for joining us.